Two murder-suicides on Oahu this week alone. The first one on Sunday in Hawaii Kai. Police say 81-year-old Leighton Yasuhara shot and killed his 79-year-old wife, Julia, before turning the gun on himself. A spokesperson for the police department says his wife suffered from a long-term illness. Then on Wednesday, in a peaceful North Shore neighborhood, investigators say 41-year-old Chris Kaufman shot his estranged wife, 40-year-old Amy Kaufman, before turning the gun on himself. A third person who was inside the home was not injured. And here to talk with us now more about suicide prevention this morning is Dr. Deborah Gabert, Associate Professor and Associate Director of Research at the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Hawaii John A. Burns School of Medicine. That's a long title.
Yes,
welcome,
I know.
Welcome this morning.
Thank you.
You, I'm sure, know of the two murder-suicides that happened this past week alone. Tell us, when we're family members or friends of someone in crisis, what do we look for?
There are a number of warning signs, and it's important to note that not every person exhibits warning signs. So if you're not seeing this, that doesn't mean something's not going to happen. Right. One of the most severe types of warning signs is if someone's actually talking about death, or even more importantly, talking about killing themselves or killing someone else. And so that's when we're really concerned. I think one of the difficult issues is that people don't want to ask. So if you see something like that, go ahead and ask the question, are you thinking about this? In whatever words you feel comfortable using. The other thing to communicate is that I care about you, I'm concerned about you. And that can really help. And that will help people to making that transition to talking to someone else about it.
And there are many avenues of help, correct? I mean, I think a lot of people don't think they need help, first of all, though, correct?
That's true. And some of the things that you see earlier are things like feeling hopeless, feeling trapped, not being able to sleep, right? So we see other types of things earlier on. Another thing that we see is mood swings. So they'll be really angry and agitated and then really down. And then there'll be a calming. And when you see a calming, that's a time to think what's going on here, because when that calming occurs, they may have made a decision.
I see. If someone is in crisis, or a family member or loved one of someone in crisis sees the warning signs, what do we do?
Again, depending on that severity, if it's someone talking about death and having a plan, don't leave them alone. You never want to leave them alone.
Right. Okay. And there are many numbers. There are many things to do as well. Correct? I mean, we can go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to give one number, the National Suicide Hotline number.
Yep.
It's 1-800-273-TALK.
Okay. 1-800-273-TALK. Also, if you know someone who is in crisis, you also can call the 24-hour access line at 832-3100 on Oahu, and as Dr. Gabert just said, the National Suicide Prevention Line, 1-800-273-TALK. Other help numbers include domestic violence. If you are in a crisis situation and need assistance, call the 24-hour shelter hotline on your island. And if you'd like to learn more about how to prevent suicide, just head on over to our website at KITV.com. We'll have these numbers and the entire interview posted there right after the show. The time now is 7:52. Dr. Gabert, thank you for being with us. We'll be right back.